Hey YouTube, Silkill here, and water is essential for human life. Now this water is perfectly adequate in terms of taste currently, but you may have noticed this yourself. If I were to leave this water here out overnight, then in the morning it would taste stale and almost slightly acidic and sour. But why is this? Well, it has to do with the way that the water is kept safe in the first place. Because water on its own will contain many impurities, many different pathogens that can harm you, and lots of toxic materials, particularly in the United Kingdom. And so in order to deal with this, chlorine will be added to the water to help kill bacteria and numb this. But the problem with chlorine is that it doesn't actually want to stay in the water, because chlorine technically is a gas at room temperature. It's just dissolved into the water, but it isn't fully soluble. It can't stay in the water forever unless a higher amount of pressure is exerted on it than the roughly 1 bar of pressure that it's experiencing right now. So the chlorine inside of the water will slowly start to leave it over the course of 12 hours or so, and the chlorine is the main reason for its taste. And of course, as the chlorine leaves, this famous taste will disappear, and you will of course be able to notice that. But that's not the only reason for this stale taste, which is mainly just caused by impurities in the water itself and just what the water would taste like without the chlorine changing it. Because carbon dioxide is also absorbed into this water, and as carbon dioxide builds up, it produces carbonic acid. And of course, as you know, acids will cause a slightly soury taste if they aren't too strong, of course, as if they are too strong, they'll burn your tongue off. But anyway, so a slightly soury taste will be added because of carbonic acid that builds up inside of it. But that's not the only reason. Oxygen and a few other gases that are contained inside of it will also slightly be affecting its taste as well. And of course, these gases will also try to leave because they're not fully soluble, as they're a gas at room temperature. So yeah, it won't be able to stay forever inside of the water. So in the morning, it will start to taste bad. And of course, since the chlorine is gone, it's not going to be stopping any harmful pathogens like bacteria from developing. And so if it were in a warm environment, then bacteria could start to foster inside of it. But considering that you likely can relate to this weird taste yourself, meaning you've drunk water in the morning, there probably isn't that much of a threat.